contacting the police every single day.
911, where's your emergency?
Ma'am, please send the police to my house right away. A man just tried to break in my house armed, and I shot him.
What's your address?
Please send the police right away, ma'am, please.
Okay, what's your closest cross street there?
Olean.
Okay. And
stay where you are, man. Stay where you are. Tell the police that I have a gun on him.
Okay, and you said you did shoot him?
I shot him, ma'am. He tried to hit me with a pipe, you know, when I opened up my back door because he was trying to pry it open.
Okay, all right. And where is he at now?
Lay on the floor, man.
Where is he at now?
He's in my backyard. He's on my fucking porch.
Okay.
You might want to get an ambulance out here, too.
Okay, we're going to get him on the way, okay? I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? All right, is he still breathing?
I don't know, ma'am. He's not looking too good.
Okay, where did you shoot him at?
The lower back, and I don't know. I shot probably 3 or 4 times, ma'am. Stay on the floor, man.
Okay, I've got help coming to you, okay? What is your last name?
I'm Mr. Stay on the floor.
All right.
Please get a doctor, man.
I have them on the way. They're already on the way, okay? What's your first name?
My life is in danger here. Please send the police right away.
Okay, is he armed?
I don't know, man. He tried to hit me with a fucking piece of pipe.
Okay, does he still have the pipe?
No, I don't think so. But he's got a lot of my tools out of my shed, and
okay.
I don't know.
All right, listen, I have deputies and I have an ambulance on the way to you, okay?
Okay, please.
Is there anybody else there with you?
I don't know. He might have friends. I don't know, man.
Do you have anybody there with you is what I'm asking?
No. I didn't see anyone else.
All right, now, do you need an ambulance for you?
Stay there, dude. Stay on the floor.
All right, what's your... I have help coming. They're coming as fast as they can, okay?
All right, ma'am. You really might want to get an ambulance here.
I have an ambulance on the way, and I have several deputies on the way, okay? Is that subject still breathing?
Yeah, he's laying on the floor, and I think he's trying to crawl away, but I told him to stay where he is.
Okay.
You really picked the wrong house, dude.
How long ago did this happen?
Ma'am, just before I called you.
Right when you called? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, listen, I have deputies on scene. I need you to back away, and I want you to put the firearm down when they come up to you, okay?
All right, ma'am. I'm gonna exit the house with my hands above my head.
Okay, what are you wearing?
Let them know that.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a green, brightly colored shirt. Tell them that I'm coming out right now.
I'm telling them right now, okay? Listen, I'm going to let them know. He's coming out with his hands up. He's got a green shirt on.
Hey, I'm coming out. I'm not armed.
He's not armed.
I'm coming out. I'm not armed.
You put the firearm down, correct?
I'm coming out.
Make sure you have the firearm down. They got him, Matt. I can hang up. Hello?
I'm Detective Elise with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Today's date is August 8th, 2015, Saturday night. It's 8:50 p.m. I will be out at 3157 Crestwood Drive in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. This is going to be in reference to Charlotte County case number 1508-003968. I will be obtaining a sworn recorded statement from Heather. Her last name spelling is E like Edward, Nora, George, Sam, Tom, Robert, Ocean, Mary Engstrom. Is that right?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And her birthday is 3/30/1984. She's a white female. She resides here on Crestwood Drive. Heather, can you state your full name and your birthday for me?
My name is Heather Lee Engstrom, born March 30th, 1984.
Okay. And in order to get a statement from you, I have to make sure that you know the meaning of perjury, okay?
Yes.
So it's lying under oath, and it can be committed in one of two ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation. If we were to find that someone had perjured themselves, they could be arrested under Florida state statute. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in. Will you allow me to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. You swear from the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, can you state your full name? And I already asked you that, right?
Yes.
Heather Lee. Okay. Sorry, I've done this a lot tonight. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we're here doing a neighborhood canvas, Detective Buczynski and I, and you had said that you were sitting outside.
I was smoking a cigarette. It was sometime between 4 and 4:30.
Okay.
I heard multiple gunshots. It was either 3 or 4, but I don't remember exactly. But there was space in between them, like 15 to 30 seconds maybe in between them. So it wasn't like pop, pop, pop. It was like pop. And then a little time would go by, and then I'd hear another pop. And I was sitting there like, is that a firework, or is that this guy shooting again? But yeah, I've been having problems with him for the last 3 years.
Okay. When you say this guy, who are you referring to? Did you know it was coming from that house, or did you assume?
I could pretty much, I heard yelling too after one of the shots. Like, I don't know what was said, but I heard a guy yelling. That's where it's always coming from. Every time I hear shots. I've actually seen him with a gun. I put a police report out, standing under my street light trying to shoot it out. Because he's actually shot it and it ricocheted and hit my porch while I was sitting there smoking before.
Okay.
So I've been trying to get this problem taken care of for a long time now.
Okay. So were you out, how long were you outside on the porch before you heard the shots?
Probably for about 20 minutes.
Okay. Did you see or hear anything?
I did
before
not.
that?
No, not before the shots. I didn't
Okay.
hear anything.
Okay.
But I heard yelling after probably the third shot.
And you don't know what, were they like yelling like, ouch, or was it like they were talking?
It could have been him realizing what he did and then yelling. I'm not sure. It didn't sound like a conflict. It just sounded like somebody like yelling.
Okay.
Could you recognize the voice?
No, it was a yell. The only time I've ever talked, I was working at Walmart and he was caught trying to steal a bottle of gin, and he recognized me as a neighbor when I moved in here, so he always throws stuff in my yard and he's always shooting my street light and everything.
Okay. Was it just one male's voice that you heard yelling?
I only heard one voice.
One voice.
I only heard
Okay.
one voice.
Do you know anybody by the name of Andrew Roja?
No.
R-O-J-A or R-O-J-O?
No, ma'am.
Nothing like that? Okay. Who lives...
The only person I know of, he always has shady people in and out of his house.
Okay.
He's always got people. One time I caught him standing there with another blonde kid, but I haven't seen that kid around in probably 2 years.
Okay. Did you see the 20 minutes that you were sitting outside before the shots went off? Did you see anybody walking in this area or?
No.
Okay. Did you see anybody running through the yard trying to jumping fences?
I did not see any of that.
Okay. What a car? Did you see his car come back, like leave or come home?
I
in that
didn't.
time
I
frame?
didn't see his car go down the street.
Okay.
Usually, like, I'm not really positive. He could have when I wasn't looking.
Sure,
Through,
but you didn't see that.
I did not see it.
Okay. Do anything?
Were you home all day?
Yes. Well, what time? I left at 1 o'clock. I got a haircut. I came back around 2:30.
Okay. And in between that time, did you come out between the 4 o'clock and your 4 o'clock smoke? Sitting out on the patio, did you come out prior to that at any time?
Yeah. I come out probably every half an hour to hour. I like smoke half a cigarette, put it out.
Okay.
But I had just sat my son in the high chair to eat dinner, so I came out here and I was relaxing, and he was doing his thing, and I was
Okay.
just
How about
hanging
prior
out.
to that? Did you hear anything going on? See anything suspicious?
Not today, no.
No.
But
How does he even, if leaving his house or traveling, how does he normally travel?
in that car that's in the driveway, that's the only time I ever see him. When he passes in front of my
I
house.
think he just goes out normally through Crestwood to Easy Street.
Usually, yes.
That's that normal cat that you see him constantly.
Yes, because he likes to purposely throw trash in my yard.
Okay.
He's
From where you're sitting, can you see the neighbor's house over there?
yes,
Over there?
I definitely can.
You can from where you're sitting. You have you have the obstruction. I know you got plants in front.
Yeah, I'm good and hidden, but I can see everything out.
Okay. And you didn't see anybody running or sneaking through the backyard,
No,
maybe
sir.
jumping the fence or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Has everything we talked about been the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Anything that we haven't asked you that you think that we should know?
Yes.
Okay.
He's always killing birds, throwing them in neighbors' yards over the fence. He shoots them. My brother's actually brought a seagull to the bird sanctuary that the kids found all shut up in the neighborhood once. I was sitting out here one time, probably about a year ago, and the neighbor behind him went up to his fence and threw a bird over his yard, and he told him, if you're going to be killing birds, that's your own thing, but keep them in your yard. You know, he's a little weird, and he has roosters, and I used to hear the little and like he's shooting his own birds. It's just, there's something not right with him.
Okay.
And I know he got in trouble a while ago because he was pointing a gun out of his car at somebody that was walking down the street. I think that's everything's all on file. But I've filed 2 or 3 police reports against him. I know he's probably close to a couple dozen by now.
This neighbor?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody's home now, I don't think.
I've been living there.
Oh, I've been here 3 years. He's been here the whole time that I've been here.
In the same house?
Yes, but this guy on the corner knows a lot.
Okay.
Because
Do
he
you
actually,
know his name or phone number?
I don't remember his name, but he should be home. His car's there,
Yeah,
unless he
he's not
left with
answering.
somebody.
He's not answering the door.
But yes, he would be a great person to talk to. He actually has conversations, and he tries to talk some sense into him. Tries to be like a good, a good influence on him. Tries to, but you can't really talk sense into.
Okay. All right. Anything you want to add, change, or delete?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This will conclude the statement. It's still Saturday, August 8th, 2015. It's 8:57 p.m. I'm Detective Elise with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. It's 9 o'clock on August 8th, 2015, Saturday. I will be out at 3165 Crestwood Drive in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. I'll be, obtaining a statement from Tommy Ingstrom, last name spelling Edward, Nora, George, Tom, Sam, Robert, Ocean, Mary, 126, 1981. He's a white male. His phone number is 941-421-5208. He lives here at this address. This is in reference to Charlotte County case number 1508003968. Tommy, can you state your full name and your birthday for me?
Tommy John Engstrom, January 26, 1981.
Okay, and do you know what the meaning of perjury is?
Yes.
Okay, I have to tell you anyways, okay? It's lying under oath. So it can be committed in one of 2 ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation. If we were to find that someone had perjured themselves while giving us a statement, they could be arrested under Florida statute. Do you understand?
Yes.
As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in. Will you allow me to do so?
Sure.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear from the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you put your hand down. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
All right. So we were doing a neighborhood canvass, the Detective Buchensky and I, and you said you had heard a couple shots.
Yes.
So tell me about what time you think and what happened.
It had to be around 4:10.
Okay.
Because I know that because we had to leave at 4:30 because the kids had a basketball game.
Okay.
So we were kind of getting ready to leave. Then we heard the shots, and then the dogs started barking. The kids told me they seen cops outside.
Okay.
My sister lives next door. I don't know if you talked to her.
We did.
Okay, and so I went over there to ask her what happened. Because that guy's been crazy for a while. He used to shoot out the street light all the time right there. And we called on him a few times before.
Okay. Now, when you say we, it was you and your 2 boys?
Yeah.
Okay. What are their names?
Justin
Okay.
and Jacob.
Same last name?
No, their last name is Walker. And my wife was sleeping at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you guys inside of your house?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you heard the shots, were they like simultaneously or spaced
I heard
out?
3 all spaced out, like pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
That's what I heard. But one of my sons says he heard 3. The other one said he heard 4, and the guy over here across the street says he heard 4. But I
This
only
guy
heard
here?
3. Yeah, this guy over here, the older guy that lives on the corner. Because he was at my sister's house and we were talking. He said he heard 4, but I only thought I heard 3.
Okay. All right, 3 shots, and they were kind of spaced.
Yeah.
And it was about 4:10?
Yeah, somewhere
Okay.
between.
Did you hear anybody yelling or screaming?
No.
Talking loud?
No.
Okay.
I mean, from here, I don't know if I would, but as soon as I heard the first shot, I got up and looked out the window because I knew it was a gunshot. It wasn't, unmistakable. It wasn't a firework or anything.
Did you see anything when you looked out the window? Okay. And then was it just a couple minutes later that you guys heard the sirens and the police cars?
Actually, yeah. Well, we didn't hear the sirens, just the dogs started barking. And one of the kids looked out the window and said, "Oh, there's a bunch of cops out there."
Okay.
And when we heard the shots, I knew where it came from because that guy's, he's just nuts. And so I knew that's where it came from.
Because he's
He's
previously
been
always
shooting up this block for years.
Okay.
I mean, we brought birds to the rescue upon the GORDA that he shot, and found dead birds all over the place. And yeah, he was shooting a BB gun at the street light. It ricocheted hit my sister. So I'm sure she told you all that.
Mm-hmm. She did, yeah. Okay. All right. Anything?
When you looked out the window, did you see anybody running or anybody trying to run?
Well, when I first looked out the window, there was already about 3 cop cars there.
Okay.
And I witnessed one cop from this street, from right on this corner, running around the corner with his gun drawn. That's all I seen.
Okay. So you just seen police officers running. You didn't see anybody else running or anything.
No.
You didn't hear anybody yelling or screaming.
No.
Do you know?
No.
Do you know anybody? Have you ever seen him with anybody?
The only thing I know is my wife used to work with a woman named Arlene, and he used to be friends with her. He was actually arrested with her brother, Wander Frias, I think his name is.
Okay.
And that's the only person. I don't even know him. I just know his sister, and that's the only person I know that knows him. I mean, he walks around here. He's just a weird guy.
You ever see him carrying a gun while he's walking around here?
No, my sister and my cousin that was staying with us for a little while, he said he seen him. He caught him coming down here by the street light, and he walked out there, and he said he ran away, and he was holding like a BB gun or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I just seen him walking back and forth, and never really talked to him or anything.
All right.
Just real quick, do you know anybody by the name of Andrew Rojo or Rojas? Okay. And did you see anybody walking down the street? I know not running, but did you see anybody walking down the street?
No.
Around?
After I heard the shots, I looked out the window for a couple minutes. Because, I mean, you hear shots and you get kind of worried.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, I didn't see anything until the police were here.
Okay.
How about prior to?
No,
I mean, outside?
We just got back from back to school shopping, putting everything away and getting everything, and then we were just sitting around waiting to go to the basketball game. Yeah, we hadn't been outside for a few hours.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to add, change, or delete to the statement you gave us?
No, ma'am.
Anything or everything we talked about been the truth?
Yes.
Okay. It's 9:06, August 8th, 2015, Saturday. This will conclude the statement.
Today's August 8th, 2015. Time now is 7:54 p.m. I'm Detective Buczynski with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. This statement's in reference to case number 1508-003968. Person being interviewed is Tom M. Hagan, H-A-G-I-N, date of birth of 12/15/1964. He currently resides at 3373 Westland Avenue, Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. Todd, do you have a phone number?
Yes, sir. It's 941-623-6075.
6075?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Todd, can you state your full name and date of birth for me?
Yes, sir. Todd Mitchell Hagan, 12/15/1964.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs and or alcohol?
No, sir.
Do you know the meaning of perjury?
Yes, sir.
In your own words, can you explain perjury to me?
Well, if you give the wrong information, it's against the law. If you lie to the police.
Okay. Perjury can be committed one of two ways in the state of Florida: while under oath telling an outright lie, or purposely omitting or leaving out information to mislead us in our investigation.
Yes,
perjury isn't a crime in the state of Florida. If you found to perjure yourself, you could be charged with the crime of perjury. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As a sworn law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, empowered to swear you in under Florida State Statute 117.10, will you permit me to swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear and affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Todd. Todd, prior to going on tape, we talked a little bit. You said that you are living here at 3-3, and you are.
Sir.
And how long have you been here?
About 4 or 5 days.
Okay. And you rent a room?
Yes, I gave him $500 to move in this week.
Okay. And you're currently full-time employed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm a district manager for Waffle House.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your day today?
Oh yeah. Today I spent all day with my daughter, back to school shopping, and over there visiting with her.
What time did you leave?
I stayed over there last night, and I left yesterday morning. At the same time meeting time.
Oh, so you left yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning.
What time was that?
I'd say I'd say it had to be about 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, so he left around 9:30 in the morning.
Yes, sir. He was eating breakfast. He was bragging about the eggs from his chickens.
Okay.
So he ate breakfast and asked me if I wanted. I said no. I had some errands to do with my daughter and spend some quality time. This is my 2 days off. And so he left. I think he was going to his work. He said he worked at Hurricane Charlie's, and also he was some kind of officer, some kind of rental officer.
Okay, security officer?
Security officer, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you here at all today?
No, sir.
So,
No.
are you just coming up here now and seeing the scene?
Yes, that's what freaked me out.
Okay. Do you know has any weapons inside the house?
Yes, I do know. He showed me a weapon that he had right when I moved in. I guess he went to get his paycheck or something from the security office, and he said he did a swap with one of the security guards, and it was a little black gun, about this big.
Do you know what kind of caliber it is?
I'm not familiar with guns, officer. Just a small one. It was a small one.
Okay. Do you know where he kept it?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
All I do is go to my room, and if I made a bowl of cereal one day, and that was it.
Okay. So you only, like you said, you only been here. You only been here a few days, 4 or 5 days that you've been living here.
Yes, sir.
Has he invited anybody over? Have you seen any people coming over and visiting him?
No, officer, I sure haven't. When my brother lived here, I was telling that officer, my brother lived here. He always had people over. But since I've been here,
Since you've been here, you haven't seen anybody.
Haven't seen anybody. He did complain about these guys next door. He said they were a bunch of crackheads.
Okay.
He was complaining about that.
Okay.
He was telling me, because last time I was here, my brother lived here and some nice lady lived there. And my brother knew all these people. And I asked about her, and he said, no, she sold a house and a bunch of crackheads were down. You could hear them banging around all the time. But anyways.
Have you ever gone out into the back patio or the back porch area through the kitchen?
Yeah, he showed me the chickens the other day, and he also showed me that what they were doing in the roof. So he was showing me. He wanted me to ask my brother if he'd tear down all that wood shed back there because it's got termites in it.
Okay.
And he also said that for 3 days next month that I couldn't stay here because he's already got Orkin to tent the house because it got termites.
Okay.
So.
Out the back door, did you notice any kind of like marks on the door? Looked like it had been pried before or anything like that? Did you notice?
No, sir, I haven't. The only way I've been coming in is through the front door, and I do have a key to the front door.
Okay, but you never went out the back door?
Just when he showed me the chickens.
Yeah, did you notice anything on the door frame, like it looked like someone tried to pry the door or anything like that? Any kind of damage to the door?
No, sir.
Or you didn't notice?
No, he didn't mention anything either.
Okay.
He just fed the chickens and thought that was pretty cool.
Okay. What do you think of E?
I think I was really thought he was a pretty sharp guy because he owns the home. He's got a roof going on. He says he's tenting it and he's going to have. So it seems like a guy that's got a pretty sharp guy. He also said he's working 2 jobs, and he was talking about moving to Orlando. He's going to buy some property up there.
Okay.
And I was here. His dad killed himself. I think it was last year.
Last January.
Yeah, my brother lived here at the time when that was going on, but I haven't seen any strange. He's been going to work. He seems like a pretty stand-up guy to me.
Okay.
Hard worker. I know that. He works 2 jobs. So.
Okay. Anything that you can think of maybe I didn't ask that you might think might be important?
No. Besides that gun he showed me. No. He gets up and goes to work every day. The days I'm here.
Okay.
No, that's it, officer. It seems like it now.
Time now is 8 p.m. It's still August 8th, 2015. This will end our statement.
Detective Elise with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. It's 9:31, August 8th, 2015, Saturday. Detective Buczynski is with me here. We're at 3183 Easy Street, talking to Tracy Lee Leach. Her birthday 9/6/1964. Her phone number is 941-276-0806. And this is in reference to an investigation, Charlotte County case number 1508-003968. Tracy, for the record, can you just say your full name and your birthday?
Tracy Lee Dixon Leach. September 6, 1964.
Okay, and I have to make sure that you know the meaning of perjury in order to get this statement, okay? So it's lying under oath, and they can be committed in one of two ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation. If we were to find that someone had perjured themselves, they could be arrested under Florida state statute. Do you understand?
Okay.
As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in order to take this statement. Will you allow me to do so?
Okay.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. So we were doing a neighborhood canvass here, and Detective Buczynski and I stopped, and your husband said that you were home and you had mentioned to him that you had heard 3 shots. So tell me about what time do you think that was?
Well, that really stinks. I really don't have.
Was it before dinner?
Yes.
Okay. Still daylight outside?
Still daylight.
Okay.
After 3:30, I guess.
Okay.
I really just Saturday and
It's okay. It was after 3:30. It was daylight outside. Okay. And you said you had been in the shower. And tell me what happened.
and I was just drying off, and I thought I heard a shot, and then I thought, well, maybe not, and thought I heard another one, and then a few seconds later, another one.
Okay. So what you're describing is they were kind of spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many seconds do you think?
I don't know. 15.
15 seconds apart?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did you hear anyone yelling or screaming? Any type of an argument? No?
No.
Where did it sound like it was coming from?
It was nearby. It seemed like it was on this side, not behind us, but it seems like it was over here.
In front of your house?
It was either here or...
Okay. All right. Have you heard sounds like that before around here?
I've heard sounds, and like my husband being home said, "Was that a gunshot?" No, that was a firecracker. This was just sounded different.
Was it very loud?
No, not really.
Okay.
But there wasn't really much going on. There wasn't
Sure.
street traffic or anything like that. But no, it didn't sound as loud.
Okay. Did you see anybody out? Did you look out the window at all?
When I got dressed and then my dog had started to bark, we heard a bunch of sirens going, but then the rain started a bit after that. But I looked out the window and I saw I guess a police car, and they had their lights on. They came to our driveway, and I said, and then went over to the door, and the car wasn't there anymore, and the lights weren't on. So I just came back inside and left it at that.
Okay. Everything? All right. Has everything we talked about been the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Anything
me
you
too.
can think of that you can add, change, or delete?
No, I mean, I wish I had more specific on the times that you were asking me or things like that, but no.
No problem.
Just as far as the times, that's the best guess that I can get.
Okay. This will conclude the statement. It's August 8th, Saturday evening, 9:35 p.m.
Time is 9:20 p.m., August 8th, 2015. I'm Detective Buczynski with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, and with me is Detective Elise with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. This statement's in reference to case number 1508-003968. We obtained an interview from Robert Lucas, L-U-C-A-S, date of birth of June 1st, 1962. He currently resides at 3198 Easy Street, and that's where the interview will be conducted. His phone number is 941-204-5045. Robert, can you state your full name and date of birth for me?
Robert Lucas, June 1st, 1962.
Okay, Robert. Are you under the influence of any drugs and or alcohol?
No, sir.
Okay, do you know the meaning of perjury?
Yes, sir.
In your own words, can you explain perjury to me?
Yeah. Well, it means if I lie to a officer or thing under oath, I could be arrested for lying.
That is correct. Perjury can be committed one of two ways in the state of Florida: while under oath, telling an outright lie, or purposely omitting or leaving out information to mislead us in our investigation.
Right.
Perjury is a crime in the state of Florida. If you found to perjure yourself, you can be charged with a crime of perjury. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, sir.
As a sworn law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, empowered to swear you in for the purpose of obtaining a statement pursuant to Florida State Statute 117.10. Will you permit me to swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear and affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Robert, how long have you been living here?
I've been living here for about 22 years on this address.
Okay.
Yes.
Today there was an incident on the block behind you. Do you have any knowledge of the incident?
I heard a shot, which it sounded like a shot. And my wife asked, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah, it sounded like a shot." And she goes, "No, it didn't." And then I heard at least that I could recommend is 2 more.
Okay.
And it sounded like it was from the rear of our house to the left. My dogs went wild. They came in. It was raining, and that's all I know about the whole thing. And then, well, I should say after we saw sheriff's deputies' cars back there and a fire engine back there.
Okay.
But other than that, I do not know anything else.
Do you know what time that was about?
Ooh. No, sir, I do not. Tell you the truth, I didn't even look at the time.
Was it daylight?
Yes, it was daylight.
Was it?
It was.
So was it afternoon or before noon?
It was afternoon. It was probably. I know it was after. I think 4 o'clock.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So sometime after 4.
Yes.
Okay. And prior to now.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yes, prior.
All right. After or before the shots, did you hear anything? Did you hear any kind of arguing, yelling, screaming, loud party?
No, sir. No, sir. Because when we just came home, and our neighbor next to us, which is to the right of us, was mowing their lawn, so I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Other than that.
So the neighbor was mowing the lawn. You
Yes.
didn't hear nothing.
No, sir.
Do you know any of your neighbors behind you?
No, sir.
Do you know any of your neighbors on the side of you?
We know the ones to the left of us and the one in front of us,
Okay.
and we talk to the people on the other side in front of us, but we don't know them personally.
Has any of your other neighbors came by and
Not,
said they heard?
not today.
Not today?
No.
Okay. Have you heard gunshots before in the neighborhood?
Yes, which I feel they were gunshots, but never confirmed.
Okay.
But you can tell the difference between a gunshot and a backfire of a car or anything.
Okay. Did you see anybody suspicious walking maybe through your yard or around a neighborhood or today?
Not today.
prior to or after the gunshots?
No, sir. No, sir. I know they can't get into our backyard. It's completely fenced off.
Okay.
With a wood fence that's 6 foot high.
Okay.
And I do have dogs, so they're not going to get with my dogs.
Sure.
But,
Okay.
no, I mean, there have been activities here before with the house beside us that we know that they've gone in and out of, but not in back of us. I don't know anything that goes on with back of us, but
Okay.
there has been people driving by with bikes and stuff and stopping and seeing things.
Sure.
So
Understandable.
but not with this incident. I did not see anybody.
Okay. Everything you told is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you can think of that we might not have asked or you might think is important to our investigation?
No, sir. Not offhand.
Okay. Time now is 9:24 p.m. It's still August 8, 2015. This will conclude our statement.
I'm Detective Elise with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Today's date is August 8th, 2015. It's Saturday evening at 7:26 p.m. Myself and Detective Buczynski are going to be out at 3182 Easy Street in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. We'll be obtaining a sworn recorded statement from Maritza Ortiz, 5/2/1956. She's a Hispanic female. She resides here. This is in reference to Charlotte County case number 1508-003968. And Maritza's phone number is 941-467-2859. And okay, can you state your full name and your birthday for the record?
Maritza Ortiz, 5/2/56.
Okay, and so I have to make sure that you know the meaning of perjury, okay? Perjury can be committed in one of 2 ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation. If we were to find that someone had perjured themselves while giving us a statement, they could be arrested under the Florida state statute. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in. Will you allow me to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure, you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Okay. All right. So this evening you had called 911 in regards to
A shooting.
A shooting.
Yeah, I heard the
So
shots.
tell me what happened.
Okay, I was inside the house, and my husband was outside, and it was raining, and I heard that boom, boom, and I came outside, and my husband was there, and I saw the guy, and he had the pistol, and I was like, I told my husband, I think he's shooting the chickens. He's got chickens.
Okay.
And then I was looking over there, and he goes, I called the police, and I said, call them yourself, and he goes, no, somebody broke into my house. So that's when I said, okay, I'll go inside and I'll call the police. And then she told me to go inside with my husband.
Okay.
And that's what we did. Then we saw the police come and all that because we didn't listen to them. We just came outside again.
I know, I understand. What is your husband's name?
Radames, he's inside.
Okay, and how do you spell his first name?
R-A-D-A-M-E-S.
Radames Ortiz? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so what time do you think it was that you heard the shots?
It was pretty much before I called you guys.
Just before you had called us, it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were inside when you heard the shots?
Yeah, I was sitting in the living room.
Okay.
And my husband was sitting right there because we usually come outside to smoke.
Sure. Now, how many shots did you believe that you heard?
I heard 2.
2 shots.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you came outside, did you come out this carport door?
Yeah, we always come out this door.
Okay.
We don't use that door.
Okay. And when you came out, where did you stand?
I always stand. I stood right there, and I was talking to my husband. I was, well, how come he's shooting the chicken? Because he's got chicken. And I thought, maybe it's weird. But then he looked this way, and he goes, call the police. And that's when I told him, call him yourself.
Mm-hmm. How close to the fence was he?
He was over there in the porch. Right
in the porch? Where you can see
you can see the light.
Okay.
The light over there. That's where he was. He was standing right there. And then he was talking to somebody, so I thought he was talking to one of the chickens or something. But then he said, my husband said that he said, stay there, stay down. So that's why I was like, oh my God, he shot somebody. And then I decided to call the police because he asked me to, because he was worried, so I called the police.
The neighbor was worried?
Yeah, he told me, call the police, and I didn't want to at first. I was like,
I understand.
But then he said, somebody broke into my house, and then I decided.
Okay. Well, I can't see the light that you're talking about, but I can see a...
well, you see the yellow? Because right there where the guy is, the head, he was
inside the porch. Okay.
And I guess whoever it was in the ground.
Oh, I see.
And he had the gun.
Okay.
Telling him
you could see him.
Can
you come this way? You see the female right there?
Yeah.
That's our crime scene tech. Is that about where you saw him?
Well, no, he was on this side, by the door. There's a door right there, and he was by the door, and he was.
Okay. Do you remember if he had the firearm? You're using your right hand.
He had the firearm
in his right hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what the firearm looked like?
No, I
don't know. Was it large, small?
No, I think it was small.
Like a regular sized handgun? From what you can tell, it didn't have like a very long barrel or anything real that stuck out to you? Okay.
And it was loud, real loud.
The shots were loud?
Boom, boom. And I got scared because my husband was here, and because I was like, what about something's happening? And so I ran outside.
Okay. When you saw the neighbor, do you know his name, by the way?
No.
No. Okay.
I know he gave us the mango tree when he moved there. But
okay. When he was standing inside where you're saying is the light, was his back to you, his chest, his side?
No, he was looking. See how the house is like this? He was like this. So that's when he said, call the police.
Yes.
And I guess he talked to my husband and told him that the guy had a knife.
Okay, so he had the gun in his right hand, but he was facing this way.
Yeah.
He was looking towards this way.
Whoever was sitting or whatever lying there.
But his body was facing the way I am?
Yeah, like this.
Okay. And what did you hear him say anything to this person?
No.
Okay, but your husband may have heard something.
Yeah,
we'll talk to him too. Okay.
He doesn't speak a lot of English, but you'll understand it.
Okay. Do you remember what the individual with the gun was wearing?
He had a green, like a lime green polo shirt. That's all.
Okay. It was like a polo, like a collar?
Yes.
Okay. And what does he look like? The one that had the green shirt on with the gun.
Short. He's kind of short. I don't know.
Okay.
He's white. He's got no hair.
No hair?
No, I think he's bald. I don't know if he's blonde or.
Okay. Looks like short hair from what you're saying, or bald. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he wear glasses? Have any facial hair that you can remember?
That I know of, no.
Okay. Had you been outside and heard him talking to anybody before this happened?
No.
Okay. And do you know if he lives there alone?
I seen other guys there, but I don't know. We don't talk to anybody around here, really.
Okay.
One time I did call the police on him.
On him? What was that for?
You know how they make those home bombs?
Mm-hmm.
And he kept doing it in my dog. So we decided, whatever, something happened, so I called. And they came. And they talked to him, and then we never had. It wasn't no problem. It was just that it was bugging me. That it was a loud noise. But that was it.
Was that long ago, or?
There's probably a report somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave a report.
Okay. When you were inside, I know I just asked, but I just want to reiterate that you didn't hear any yelling or screaming before that.
No.
Okay. And did you hear this individual tell him to stay on the ground, or that's what your husband might have heard?
That's what he told my husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to my husband?
Yeah, we'll talk to him when we're finished.
Okay.
Where were you sitting inside the house?
In the corner. You want to come inside and see?
No, you just tell me.
In
your living room?
In my living room. My house is little, so the living room is right there where you knock on the door.
What's in the back part of the house here?
This right here. This is just supposed to be able to hide, but it's not. But I got
Do you have windows or a sliding glass door or something?
sliding glass door.
Is it open?
It's
or closed?
covered. It's covered.
Did you hear anybody maybe open your fence and walk through the back?
No.
Did you see anybody?
No.
Okay.
No, like I said, I was inside and my husband came outside.
How long was your husband sitting outside for before the shots?
Not long. Not long before I came running outside.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, half hour?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Did he just get home from work?
We both were working, but this happened. I don't even know what time it was, but I got home at 2 something.
Okay.
So it didn't happen that long ago. When the police came, that's when all that stuff happened. So we didn't see nobody because he was sitting right here, and nobody comes to our yard or anything like that.
Okay. Could you hear if your gate opened up inside the house if someone tried to open
Not
your gate?
really. But like I said, my husband was sitting here when all that, when it started, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because he just sat there.
Where was he sitting?
Right there in that chair. Yeah, he sits there, and I sit here, but I was inside with mosquitoes, and I heard the 2 shots that were real loud, and I was like. So I got scared, because the other guy on the other side, he's got a pellet gun, and one day he fell over here, and my husband yelled at him because we got the dog. See this little thing right here? Yeah. And then I said, well, hopefully it's no problems with my husband. So I ran out, and then that's when he told me to call the police.
Let me ask you 2 things. Do you remember what color the handgun was? If it was black. Okay. And the other question, okay, when the shots went off, was it like boom, boom, or was it like boom and then a pause?
No, it was boom, boom,
boom,
loud, real loud.
Okay.
But I think it was 3 shots, but I just heard 2 really loud.
Why do you think it was 3?
I don't know, I think it was 3, but I heard 2. So, I was real nervous when all this started, so.
So 2 to 3 shots, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said he was standing on the porch. Could you tell if he was standing inside the door or was he actually out on the porch?
He was out. He was out.
He was out.
Yeah, because whoever it was, he was with the gun, and the guy, whoever, girl, whatever it was, in the floor. And I really thought that he was shooting at his chickens, because he's got chickens. And
you said something about a knife.
Well, he told my husband that the guy came out with a knife, so that's why he shot him or something.
Okay.
Okay. So, I don't know much, really. I just heard that, and I did the favor to call the police because it was like, it's really for real.
Okay. And he was underneath that covered area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has everything we talked about been the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything that we haven't asked you that you think that we should know? No? Okay. This will conclude the statement. It's August 8th, 2015, Saturday, 7:36 p.m. I'm Detective Elise, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Detective Buczynski is also present. We will be out at 3182 Easy Street in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida, in reference to Charlotte County case number 1508003968. Not sure if I said the time. It's 7:38, August 8th. And we were going to be taking a statement from first name spelling R-A-D-A-M-E-S. Last name is Ortiz, O-R-T-I-Z, 11/14/1975. He's a Hispanic male. He lives here at 3182 Easy Street in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. What's your best number to contact you at?
Roddy R-A-D-Y.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, yeah, this one.
That's your nickname?
Yeah, that's a middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your middle name. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
All right, 941.
Uh-huh.
249-0326.
0326? Yeah. Okie doke. Alright, so I have to make sure that you know the meaning of perjury, okay? It's lying under oath. It can be committed in one of 2 ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation.
Okay.
So if I was to find that someone had perjured themselves, they could be arrested under Florida state statute. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in. Will you allow me to do so?
Uh-huh.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, yes.
Okie doke. Can you state your full name and your birthday for me?
Yeah, I'm Ortiz, 11 14.75.
Okay. And are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, just drink a beer.
A beer, but do you feel like you're fine to give us a statement? It's not gonna hinder it? Okay. All right. So your wife had called 911 earlier in regards to an incident. Tell me what happened.
I don't tell you too much because I just sit over here, drink my beer. I just hear the shot. I don't move it. I just stay right there. Don't see nothing. When she come out, she's scared. Yeah, when she see the guy over there, hey, he just told, hey, call the police. She's just told him, hey, why call the police? Call you. But no, it's a man over here, just break my home. Yeah, you shoot him.
He said a man broke in his home and he shot him? Okay.
He said something about the knife or something like that. He tried to, the other guy, they tried to break the home. But I don't know.
He said the guy that tried breaking into the house had a knife?
Yeah, he tried to, yeah.
Okay, did he say that he tried to hurt him or did he not say that?
No, he said, he tried to.
Stab him?
Yeah, stab him.
Yeah, I know you're pushing your hand forward. So how did he say it? What did he say?
He just said, hey, he tried to stab me or something like that, yeah. I just shoot him. I don't know, I just hear the shoot. I don't move it when I hear that thing. Yeah.
How long had you been outside when you heard all this go on?
Before that, it was like 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay. Yeah. Have you been home the whole time or you just came
No,
out?
I just came from work, yeah.
Okay. So you came home from work, you were sitting in this chair right here?
Yeah, a little bit outside.
For 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see anybody come in the yard?
No, over here.
Or jump your fence?
No.
Anybody in your neighbor's yard walking around that you saw?
No, when I be over there, no.
Okay. When your neighbor, do you know his name?
Nope.
The one that was yelling? No? Okay. When you heard the shots prior to that, did you hear anybody yelling or screaming or hear anybody break into that house?
No.
So everything was quiet?
Quiet, yeah.
Okay.
I just heard the shot.
Okay. How many shots did you hear?
3.
3 shots. How fast were they together? Like?
Wow, like 2 quickly and 1, it's like a what?
Like
10
boom, boom.
second, 10.
Boom.
Yeah, like boom. Yeah, like that. But
Okay.
boom, boom.
So 2 quick. The first 2 were fast.
Yeah,
the last
and
one was kind of 10 seconds
Yeah.
later. Okay. Did you hear whoever he was shooting or whatever he was shooting yell, scream, cry?
No.
Okay. Did you stand up at all when your wife came out?
No, I just sit over there when she came out. Hey, what happened? Somebody shoot her. I don't pay attention to that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see him over there at all? The neighbor?
You know, like every day, like that.
Like today, when you saw this, when you
just
heard
him, yeah.
You saw him?
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
Well, I think a green shirt or something like that. I think something like that. Yeah.
Okay, a green shirt.
I just see him like that, yeah.
And what is
I
his?
just see him from
You could
here.
just see from the chest up. Where was he standing?
Like by the door.
By the door?
Open it like that, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
So if the door opens this way, he was standing kind of where I would,
yeah.
where I'm. Okay.
Something like that.
Did you see any guns or firearms in his hand or any other weapons?
Really, I just see one. Yeah.
You saw one?
38 or I don't know.
Was it a gun or a knife?
A gun.
A gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember which hand he had the gun in?
Right.
Right hand. Okay. And how was his body? Was he standing?
Like that.
This.
Like that,
His body was facing towards his
telling
house.
the guy, don't move.
Okay.
But we already shooting, yeah, I think so.
So he shot him, and then he was telling the guy, "Don't move, don't move." Okay. Was he yelling for anybody else or saying anything else to anybody?
No.
Besides, "Don't move."
No.
Okay. Did you see this knife that he said the
The
guy
other
had?
no.
No. Okay. And do you know what color the gun was that you saw?
Well, it looked like black from over here.
From here, it looked
Yeah.
black. Okay. Did it look like a regular size handgun?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Okay.
More a little one, that one.
Okay. How long have you guys lived here for?
Like 7 years?
7 years? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, count.
That's okay. Any
Years, yeah, I just live.
any
yeah.
other incidents like this happened with your neighbor that you're aware of?
No, like that, no.
Okay. Has anything we talked about, anything else that you can think of that we haven't asked you that you think that we should know?
Like, what you know?
No, you don't know what time it was that you came home from work, do you?
Oh, I came like 2. When I get out at 2. I came over here like 2:30 or something like that.
Okay.
Because I stopped to the store. You know.
So you were home inside and then you came outside for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were home for a while, but then you came out for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I got you, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, has everything we talked about been the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
And just to make sure you did not see what the man on the, whoever man, woman on the ground, what he was wearing? Okay, and you didn't see him at all over there?
No.
Okay. All right, this will conclude the statement. It's August 8th, 2015, Saturday, and it's 7:45 p.m.
Time now is 7:12 p.m. on August 8th, 2015. I'm Detective Buczynski, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Major Crimes Unit. This statement's in reference to case number 1508-003968, which involves a shooting. I'm at the address of 3373 Westland Terrace. I'm conducting a neighborhood canvass, and I'll be speaking with white male Nathan Palmer, Palmer, date of birth of 6/22 of 1986. Currently has a phone number of 941-623-8067. Nathan, everything I stated was correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know the meaning of perjury?
Yes, sir.
In your own words, can you explain perjury to me?
If I tell a lie, I can be prosecuted.
That is right. Perjury in the state of Florida can be committed one of two ways: while on the road telling an outright lie, or purposely omitting or leaving out information to mislead me in our investigation. Okay, it is a crime in the state of Florida. You found to perjure yourself, and if you found to perjure yourself, you can be charged with the crime of perjury. You okay with that, Nathan?
Yes, sir.
You understand that? Okay. As a sworn law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you in under Florida State Statute 117.10 for the purpose of obtaining a sworn statement. Will you permit me to swear you in?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Nathan, we begin now. Good. Nathan, you reside at 3373 Westland Terrace.
Yes, sir.
There was an incident next with your neighbor. Do you know his name? Okay. There was an incident with... Can you tell me what you heard or what you've seen or what you know about the incident that might have occurred?
I just got done rolling me a cigarette, sitting here at the kitchen table. At that time, I heard 3 pops. Then I went outside because I had to plug in the lights, the back lights for the dogs. And he told me to call, he started screaming to call the police because he just shot somebody.
Okay. So prior to that, were you outside?
No.
Did you hear anything? Any like arguing or screaming?
No, sir.
Okay. What about after was he not told you to call the police?
He didn't look at me and tell me to call the police, but he started screaming, "Call the police! I just shot somebody."
Okay. Then what did you do after that?
I ran in the house and told my mom to call the police.
Okay. And did your mom call the police?
No, I don't know who did, but the police were coming. You know, because he hasn't been a bad neighbor, but there's been trouble with him shooting out the street lights and just firing off guns in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wasn't too sure, and I'm sorry to say it now, I wasn't too sure about getting involved in it because I didn't really know.
Right.
And
no, I understand that.
So by the time I had made the decision to calling the police were already on the way, I could hear the sirens.
Okay. Did you see anybody outside with?
No, sir.
Did you see anybody laying on the ground bleeding who we shot?
No, sir. I got a privacy fence all the way around this place.
Do you have any cameras on your house that might face
sir.
out or in? No? Okay. So after you came in, did you go back outside at all?
No.
Did you stayed inside?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody else in your family go outside?
No, sir.
Okay. So you went to go turn on you heard the pops first, then you went and turned the lights on?
I heard the pops. I thought they was just party poppers because people around here like to shoot all fireworks and stuff. So at that time, because it was raining and stuff, and it was getting dark, I got rope lights out back that I string up for the dogs so they can go outside and use the bathroom.
Okay.
I plugged them in, and that's when I saw, and he started screaming. I just shot somebody to call the police.
Did he see you, or
no?
Was he just screaming that?
He was just screaming that.
Okay. And you didn't see anybody? Did you hear anybody screaming that they were shot, or anybody crying in pain, or anything like that? Or did you say anything after that other than those to call the police?
No.
I just have a couple quick questions for you. What was he wearing?
I couldn't really tell, ma'am. Like I said, I got a 6-foot privacy fence all the way up around the yard.
Okay. And you did not physically see him at any point when he was yelling?
I seen him when he was yelling.
You seen him when he was yelling?
Yeah, because like I said...
when you say you can see him, what part of him could you see?
His head.
His head up, okay. From his face up that you could see, how did his demeanor seem?
Like I said, ma'am, I was trying to turn on the lights. That's all I was concentrating on.
Okay.
I wasn't really,
Did you notice if anybody had been over there previous to hearing the 3 shots? Did you see anybody over there or hear him talking to anybody, any yelling before that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived in this house for?
About 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you moved in, did he live next door?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you become friends with him at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I say hi and bye to him. That's about it.
Okay. So as far as today goes, you were inside, you go outside and put the lights on for the dogs.
Yeah.
You're not saying hello to you, but you hear him yelling, screaming, call 911.
Yeah.
You never saw anyone who he's saying he shot?
No.
Okay. And you can't really say what his demeanor was because it was just a head that you could see.
Exactly.
Okay. Have you heard him yell anything like this before? No? Okay.
He's been quiet.
He really has.
The rooster makes more noise than he does.
Is anybody living with him?
He did have roommates periodically, but lately he's been by himself, and I haven't really even seen anybody over there.
Do you know who his roommates were by name?
No. The last one I knew he had, it was older. I think he was a Mexican fella.
Okay.
I can't even think of the type of vehicle he used to drive.
Okay. How long ago was it that he moved out?
It's been a while.
A couple months, you think?
Yeah.
Or weeks, months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Young or old?
The roommate?
Yeah.
He was an older guy. I would guesstimate him maybe my age. In his mid-50s.
Okay. All right, Nathan, everything you said was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of that might help us in our investigation that we might not have asked or you might not have told us yet?
No, sir.
Okay. Time now was 7:20 p.m., August 8, 2015. Let's conclude our statement.
I'm Detective Elise with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. It's 9:09, August 8th, 2015. It's, we'll be here, Detective Buczynski and I, 3165 Crestwood Drive in Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. We'll be obtaining a sworn recorded statement from Justin and Jacob Walker. Their birthday, May 28th, 2003. They're going to be the sons of Tommy Ingstrom. Charlotte County case number 1508003968. Alright guys, so I have to make sure that you both know the meaning of perjury, okay? So perjury can be committed in one of 2 ways, by either telling an outright lie or knowingly leaving out part of the truth to try to mislead our investigation. If we were to find that either of you had told a lie or didn't tell us the truth, you could be arrested. I don't think you're going to do that though, right? As a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, I'm empowered to swear you both are in. Can you both raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the statement you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, Justin, tell me what you heard today when you were home.
When I was home, I was playing my PlayStation and I heard 4 gunshots.
Okay.
I looked out the window, there was no one out there.
No one was out there? Okay. Did you hear anybody yelling or screaming?
No.
When you looked out the window, did you see anybody running through the yard, jumping fences, anybody at all? Okay. Do you know where the gunshots came from?
Maybe that White House.
This one right here, the first one?
No, the second
The
one.
next one. Okay. Why do you think it might have come from there?
Because I always hear gunshots and the street light keeps like broken all the time.
Okay. So when you heard the gunshots, you looked out the window and you didn't see anybody? And how did the shots sound? Did it sound like they were like boom, boom, boom? Or
It's like a space in between them.
the space in between them? Okay. And what about you, Jacob? What did you hear?
I heard 3 gunshots and it came from the second house. And I looked out the window because I was watching TV when I heard it. And there was no one there. And like we usually hear gunshots from that house, and we see birds that got bullet wounds.
Okay. Usually from that second house? Okay. So when you guys heard the shots tonight, the 3 of you, Dad, and Justin, were all inside the house? Okay. And when you looked out, you didn't see anybody running through the yards, jumping fences, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything that I didn't ask you that you guys saw that you think that we should know about?
No.
How was the gunshots that you heard?
Same thing, like spaced out.
How far spaced?
Like 5 seconds. Yeah.
5 seconds in between each shot? So
Yeah.
it was like, can you just describe them for me?
Boom. Boom.
Okay. Did they sound real loud or real low?
Real loud.
Real loud?
Yeah.
Has everything we all talked about been the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to add, change, or delete?
No.
Okay, and just for the record, your dad is here and he was allowing us to talk to you, is that right? Okie doke. Alright, it's 9/12, August 8th, 2015, Saturday.
COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
On August 8, 2015, deputies responded to reference to a subject who had called 911 requesting deputies to respond to the above location in reference to a home invasion robbery where had shot the subject. The 911 caller identified as and stated needed police at house right away due to a just attempting to break into house. Advised had shot the because the tried to hit with a pipe when opened up back door. Advised the was reportedly trying to pry the back door open and when opened the door the tried to hit with the pipe, therefore shot 3 or 4 times. When asked by the dispatcher where the had been shot, advised knew once in the back and the other locations were unknown. Deputies arrived on scene and made contact with who was then detained. Deputies then cleared residence and while doing so observed a Ruger 9mm semi-automatic gun sitting on a couch inside of the residence. Deputy N. Reed then observed a laying on the back covered patio with what appeared to be 3 gunshot wounds in legs. Deputy Reed asked the name and advised Deputy Reed advised EMS arrived on scene and removed all of clothing, at which time Deputy Reed also observed a gunshot hole in back. Deputy Reed observed a pocket knife clip on the pocket of shorts. The knife was closed. Was transported to Lee Memorial Hospital due to injuries being life-threatening. Clothing was left on scene on the back porch of the residence along with the closed pocket knife. Was identified as Deputy Reed advised he observed several shell casings from a gun both inside the residence and on the back porch of the residence. The residence was secured by crime scene tape and a crime scene log was started. Due to the weather conditions was transported by DEP Brooks to the Mid-County Office 3280 to Miami Trail Port Charlotte, Charlotte County, Florida. On the above date and time I was the on-call major crimes detective, at which time I was contacted by Central Communications and was requested to respond to the scene. Forensics was also requested to respond to the scene along with Lee Memorial Hospital in Lee County, Florida. Upon arrival, contact was made with Deputy Reed who briefed me on the findings so far in the case. I was notified by Sergeant Sosa that was currently at the District 4 office and he advised was not willing to cooperate in reference to our case. Was advised by deputies was not under arrest and that the investigation was ongoing. At one point stated to DEP Brooks that this is bullshit and we should be asking the fucking Mexican why got shot. Also advised Hope the Mexican had Obamacare. Reportedly was very uncooperative while at the Mid-County location. Detective Elise and Detective Buczynski were requested to respond to the incident location to assist with a neighborhood canvass. Contact was made with neighbor and 911 caller provided a sworn recorded statement advising was inside of residence when heard what appeared to be 2 gunshots. Stated. Came outside of residence and made contact with who was sitting in a chair in their carport. Asked husband what the noise was and stated then observed the that lives behind them, identified to be with a pistol. Advised told husband that thought the was shooting the chickens has in backyard. Advised looked over at the again and the asked to call the police for advised. Told the to call the police and the stated, no somebody broke into my house. Stated at that point went inside of residence and contacted 911. Advised the neighbor was standing on a covered porch area in the backyard of residence. Stated did not see anyone else besides the neighbor. Advised the firearm was located in right hand. Stated. The neighbor was wearing a lime green polo shirt. Advised previously had to contact 911 in reference to this same neighbor in regards to pipe bombs that has been setting off in yard. Contact was them made with who advised was sitting in carport and heard a shot. Advised did not see anything but when wife came out of their residence after the shots heard their neighbor, identified as behind their residence asked wife to call the police. Said the neighbor advised a had broken into home and shot stated the neighbor advised the that tried to break into home had a knife. Advised the neighbor indicated the subject had tried to stab. Stated heard 3 shots total. Advised heard the first 2 shots simultaneously boom boom and he advised. Approximately 10 seconds later heard a 3rd shot. Advised did not hear anyone yell, scream or cry after the shots were fired. Advised the neighbor was standing by back door of residence with a gun in right hand wearing a green shirt. Stated the neighbor was telling someone don't move, don't move. Detective Buczynski and Detective Elise made contact with FL advised was sitting at the kitchen table and heard 3 pops said went outside to plug in a light for dogs at which time neighbor started screaming for to call the police because had just shot someone. Advised. Prior to the pops did not hear anything that sounded like an altercation or screaming coming from residents. Advised told mother to contact the police, which did not do. Mother, who was also present for the interview, advised didn't contact the police due to previous incidents involving shooting out the street lights and firing off guns. Therefore wasn't too sure about getting involved in the incident. Advised didn't not see anyone lying on the ground due to a privacy fence that surrounds property. Detective Buczynski and Detective Elise made contact with in reference to the above incident. Advised had been living at the above address for 22 years. Advised on the above date. Heard what appeared to be a shot and then heard 2 more after that. Detective Elise and Detective Buczynski made contact with in reference to the above incident. Advised around 15:30 HRS was drying off after getting out of the shower and heard what 06 thought was a gunshot. Advised a short time later heard another shot and then shortly after the second shot heard a 3rd shot. Stated the shots were around 15 seconds apart. Advised went outside and observed a patrol car with its lights on in driveway, therefore went back inside of residence and stayed inside. Said did not observe anyone or hear anyone screaming. Detective Elise and Detective Buczynski made contact with FL in reference to the above incident. Advised was outside smoking a cigarette when heard multiple gunshots. Advised there was 15 to 30 seconds in between the gunshots. Stated question initially if the noises were firecrackers or if it was this shooting again stated was referring to a by the name of and advised has been having problems with for the past 3 years. Stated heard yelling after one of the shots and advised it was a yelling. Said was unsure of the location of where the shots were coming from but was certain it was coming from residence because that is where stated always hears gunshots coming from. Stated was on porch for 20 minutes prior hearing the shots and stated did not hear anyone or see anything. Advised the only time heard someone yelling was after the shots and was unaware of who was yelling or what was being said. Said only heard one voice coming from the residence. Stated in the past has made a report in reference to standing under street light with a gun and attempting to shoot out the light. Advised the bullet ricocheted and hit porch while was sitting under it. Stated is constantly shooting birds and throwing them in other people's yards either dead or injured. Advised brother has had to bring birds to the bird sanctuary/vet in the past from it being shot multiple times. Detective Elise and Detective Buczynski made contact. FL in reference to the above incident. Advised around what believed to be 1610 HRS heard several shots. Advised heard 3 shots that were spaced out. When describing the noise heard there was a several second delay in between the shots. Stated when heard the first shot is when looked out the window but did not see anything nor did hear anything. Advised a short time later their dogs started barking and that's when one of sons looked out the window and said there were a bunch of cops outside. Said knew right when heard the shots where they came from. Because the at that residence is nuts. Stated they have had issues for years with the at the residence, identified to be residents, shooting up various things in the neighborhood to include birds. Detective Elise and Detective Buczynski made contact with Juvenile County, FL who advised on the above date heard 3 gunshots coming from the house they normally hear gunshots coming from. Stated they often see injured birds that have bullet wounds as a result of being near the same location. Advised the gunshots appeared to have a 5-second delay between each shot. Pointed out residence as the residence was referring to. Detective Buczynski and I made contact with at which time we obtained a sworn recorded statement in reference to the incident. Advised had arrived home around 15:30 HRS and entered his residence via his locked front door. Stated when got inside heard scratching on back patio door, solid white door. Stated looked out the window in the rear of the residence near the door and was only able to see a subject from the waist down standing at the back door. Said thought it was roommate and had locked out of the house, so opened the door. Upon opening the door advised there was a Mexican standing at back door and the had a pair of gardening shears in right hand. Advised the gardening shears were open and the attempted to hit with them. Stated is a trained security guard therefore was able to use his forearm to block the shears from hitting in the head. Stated had a Kel-Tec 9mm in a holster inside of shorts, which pulled out and pointed at the stated told the to get on the ground and not move. Said the complied with his demand and laid flat on his stomach on the porch. Advised at one point the stated wanted to talk to and the started to get up on hands and knees. Stated the had the closed shears in left hand and was using them to assist in getting up. Advised the looked back towards the left in direction and asked if they could talk, and when did so advised shot the 3 times. Stated thought the could possibly swing the shears at again therefore shot. Stated attempted to shoot the again for a 4th time and gun jammed. Advised looked over his back fence and requested the neighbor call 911. Stated the neighbor told needed to call the police that did not want to get involved. Advised contacted 911 and requested deputies to respond to the scene. Stated once deputies were on scene walked back through residence and threw the Kel-Tec on the couch near the back door. Advised did not know the at his back door. 06. After speaking with a search warrant for the residence was written and signed by the Honorable Judge Peter Bell. The search warrant was then executed on residence. During the search several items were recovered to include a Kel-Tec 9mm from a couch inside of the residence, a crowbar, a pair of garden shears, shirt which contained 2 bullet holes in the back of it. Shorts and boxers, both of which had bullet holes in them. Please see CST Motsikoff supplement for complete details of the search. Detective Buczynski and Detective Elise made contact with County. FL advised is the roommate stated had been living at the residence for 4 to 5 days and had given $500 for the rent. Advised on the day in question had been school shopping with daughter and had not been at the residence. Advised has several firearms inside of the residence and knows recently purchased a small black handgun after getting security guard paycheck. Advised has only been out on the back patio on one occasion, and that was when wanted to show chickens. Advised only uses the front entrance of the residence to enter and exit. On August 13, 2015, Detective Coleman and I responded to the Lee Memorial Hospital at the request of I made contact with in his hospital room. Requested I call by his middle name of as friends and family do. I advised I wanted to speak with in reference to the incident that took place days prior. Advised was willing to provide us with a sworn recorded statement of the events that took place. Once on tape was advised of Miranda rights, at which time advised understood rights and wished to speak with us in reference to the investigation. Advised had moved back to Port Charlotte 3 days prior to the incident and the night prior to the incident was hanging out at a friend's residence with several people. Stated brother had brought over Molly and white girl, aka cocaine, which they each took. Advised while under the influence. Brother was telling how an old friend of owed 2 guns from a previous deal they had made, and didn't hold up end of the deal. Advised knew of due to previously hanging out at old residence on numerous occasions with and while there they would smoke marijuana and drink. Stated while at previous residence would sit in the living room and would always bring out different guns to show, and on one occasion can remember bringing out a grenade that still had the pin in it, which scared. Advised the last time spoke with was a few years ago after had reportedly stood by and watched get jumped by several males. Advised the day of the incident woke up in the morning and, around 1200 HRS, took a small amount of Molly and white girl. Again advised shortly after the effects wore off, began smoking marijuana. Advised at some point was going to go to house and get the guns back for brother. Around 1530 HRS stated brother dropped off in front of new residence and left. Said did not see a car in the driveway, so walked up to the front door and knocked on the door. Advised did not get a response, and while waiting heard what sounded like commotion coming from the backyard. Said walked to the right side fence and opened the fence. Walked to the back porch, at which time observed another white door. Said knocked on the door several times and waited for approximately 4 to 5 minutes and got no response from that door either. Said tried the door handle and found it to be locked. Stated saw tools hanging near a tool bench and took a chisel down and attempted to pry the door open, to which was unsuccessful in doing. Stated saw gardening shears and picked those up thinking would possibly get the door open. Attempted to use the shears, but once looked at them found them to be old and rusty, so threw them back on the tool bench. Said started to feel what was doing was not right, therefore put all the tools down and began to leave the porch area. Said while walking away was shot in the back, causing to collapse. Stated fell on stomach and felt as though had razor blades cutting through back. Stated looked back at the shooter, whom identified as and told was in pain and needed to adjust body. Said when looked at stated don't move, I'll kill you, motherfucker, and shot again. Stated at that point put hands out in front of and just laid on the ground. Stated attempted to adjust again and yelled at saying stay down and shot for a 3rd time. Stated heard a 4th click of a gun but did not hear the fun go off. Advised was in fear that was going to kill. Stated at that point blacked out and remembers waking up in the ambulance, then later in the hospital. Advised never heard the back door open or say anything to prior to being shot. Advised back was turned from the door, so never saw a gun. Also advised had no items or weapons in hands at the time was shot. Also advised never gained entry into residence. Signed a waiver in order for us to obtain medical records. Those medical records were obtained prior to leaving the hospital. In the medical records it does indicate that is paralyzed due to the gunshot wound received in back, which a bullet fragment hit spinal cord and was unable to be removed. See medical records for further details. I made contact with Charlotte County Fire and EMS to obtain the run sheet from the date of the incident. That sheet advised when Fire/EMS arrived on scene that this information would indicate the paralysis and injuries sustained were caused by the gunshot wounds and not that of EMS personnel moving. On August 27, 2015, Detective Furina with the Computer Crimes Division downloaded phone via assigned waiver of search. Provided to Detective Buczynski from while looking through the report of the phone. There is a Google Chrome search, page 337 of report, prior to the incident for paralyzed by bullet. When I placed this phrase into Google it made references as to where people needed to be shot to be paralyzed by a bullet. Based on my investigation I find that went over to residence to commit a burglary. Attempted to pry the back door of the residence and was unsuccessful. Advised never made entry to the residence nor did think anyone was home at the residence. While attempting to leave the residence was shot by the homeowner 3 times in the back and buttocks area, one of which rendered paralyzed. According to several witnesses surrounding residence there was never an altercation that took place that they heard, which indicated took place during a fight over tools possessed. Those same witnesses advised all 3 shots were not simultaneous and there were several seconds, 2 of which indicated as much as 15 seconds, in between the shots being fired. By own admission, advised during statement that he intended to kill on the day the incident occurred but gun jammed therefore was unsuccessful in doing so. Also advised was in fear for life when, according to, was attempting to get up off of the ground using the gardening shears to brace after complying with demand to lay on the ground. After shooting proceeds to approach and take the gardening shears that were located next to hand and throw them on the couch, which would call into question the element of fear stated had. Based upon the evidence and statements in this case, I am requesting a warrant be issued for burglary of an occupied structure. I am also requesting a warrant be issued for attempted murder.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.